welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want to keep up with me when I'm not on the airwaves of YouTube, get down in the description box. Click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link and give me a follow on Instagram. And then send me a DM to let me know you're rocking with me. I really would appreciate that. I do frequently post on Instagram. Yesterday, I made a nice little post about a little restaurant I went to here locally where I live. Puerto Rican cuisine. One of my favorite places in the whole world is Puerto Rico. And matter of fact, after the hurricane season, I'm going to Puerto Rico, probably in November, towards the tail end of November, early December. I'm gonna make me a trip over to Puerto Rico and spend several days over there just enjoying it. Stay right there on the beach, pop over to Old San Juan, eat some great food, hang out with some great people. Yeah, one of my favorite places in the world. So I went yesterday to a little Puerto Rican restaurant local to where I live, and I posted that on Instagram, and I know it was my bad. I forgot to mention the name of the restaurant. Y'all can understand, I ain't a professional at this Instagram stuff. Not when it's coming about my personal life. I'm not an expert. So I forgot and didn't put the people restaurant name in just all kind of stuff. But I'm gonna get better at it. My point is, if you wanna follow me, man, and keep up with me when I'm not on YouTube and get a little glimpse of the personal life, man, you gotta follow me on Instagram. Like I said, I'm going to Puerto Rico in late November, early December. I'm heading to Puerto Rico as soon as the hurricane season. I can't go during the hurricane season because they right in the middle of the track for hurricanes. So I can't go during the hurricane season, but as soon as this hurricane season is over, I'm going to Puerto Rico and spend me about, I don't know, I might spend a whole week over there. Obviously, I'll be making content and all that stuff, but I'm gonna spend a week over there. So any of my Puerto Rican or Puerto Rico subscribers, anybody that's living over there in Puerto Rico, y'all hit me up in the Instagram DMs to let me know where I should be going and where I should be rocking when I go over to Puerto Rico. Well, guys, do me a big favor. If you don't mind, get down in that description box and click on that MooMoo link. It's the first link, MooMoo link. That's the MooMoo brokerage app that I'm using over the next 10 years to 10x my net worth. Okay, I'm gonna be buying big boy blue chip paper assets on that brokerage app platform, MooMoo. Now, the good folks at MooMoo have said, hey, Richard, since you're using our brokerage app and you like it, hey, tell some of your folks about us, and if they sign up, we're gonna give them up 20 free stocks. I ain't gonna beat that plan. That's a wonderful plan. I said, hey man, MooMoo, y'all ain't gotta tell me twice. Send me the link and I'm gonna certainly tell my folks about it so that they can enjoy up to 20 free stocks. So, hey man, if you want to open up a MooMoo brokerage account and rock with your boy and use the same self-directed brokerage app that I use, get yourself down in the description box and click on that first link. Open up your MooMoo brokerage account, get yourself up to 20 free stocks. If you put $100 in your brokerage account when you initially open it, you get 8 free stocks. If you put $1,000 in your brokerage account when you initially open it, you're gonna get 20 free stocks. Publicly traded companies. That's right, publicly traded companies. Publicly traded companies on the New York Stock Exchange, the Chicago Stock Exchange, and the like. They're publicly traded companies, guys. Anytime a company goes public, guys, in my opinion, they're headed to big boy blue chip status at some point, right? So, hey, listen, take advantage of that opportunity, guys. Don't miss this opportunity. It's a wonderful offer by the good folks at MooMoo just to give you an incentive to try out their brokerage app. So click down in that first link, open up the MooMoo account today, go get that free stock, go get that free money. For those of you that are serious about building wealth through paper assets and you want to use the MooMoo brokerage app to help you do that, send me an email. through the website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Send me an email. Let me know you've opened the MooMoo account. And guess what? I'm going to send you some tutorial videos. To help you learn how to use the MooMoo brokerage app, collapse time frames, and get you to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I'm going to do that for you. Plus, better yet, I'm going to send you a couple more videos that outline all the big boy blue chip paper assets that I'm buying, everything. And my portfolio is doing very well this year, guys. Very, very, very well. And I'm going to be talking about the big dog in the portfolio here in a second. Y'all already know what the big dog doing today. The big dog about 125 a share, on its way to 130. That's right. I'm going on record making that prediction today. That's all it is a prediction, because I'm not an expert. I got no idea what I'm doing here other than giving my opinion. See, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy on YouTube. You don't have to believe me. I'm telling you what I think it's going to. Matter of fact, temperature check. Y'all know I love the temperature checks. Let's see where we at right now. 124.22 with a high of 125 already today. We're already hit 125 today. I see 130. I could be wrong, because again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy here on YouTube making a prediction, giving you my opinion. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy making a prediction. But I believe today we got a shot to get to 130 a share, close out this thing. And boy, y'all know next week, guys, I keep telling y'all, next week, it's going to be a monster next week. Why? Because we are really getting close to August 28th earnings. And I think they're going to take the cover off this thing on the earnings report. That's my opinion. Now, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not a stock market expert. I have never worked on Wall Street. I got no type of credentials. None. Got no credentials. I ain't got no CFP. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm none of that. But you can go follow those guys and gals. Go follow them. Get their advice. They got all the degrees and walked on Wall Street for 30 years, and go follow them, man. You know, yeah. I'm just a regular guy here. Regular, everyday Joe Blow. Giving you my opinion. That's all I am. But I think it'll go to 130 today, or at least it has a chance. But next week is going to be the game changer, right? Leading up. Because now next week, what do we got? What do we got next week? Let's take a look here. Let me bring out my little handy dandy calendar. So next week, I'm talking about the 19th through the 23rd. I think that's a pivotal week. Did I say that right? Pivotal week. Sometimes I mess my words up. I think that's an important week. Let me just say that word. I think I can get that one better. It's an important week. Next week. That's going to be leading up to the 28th, which will be that following Wednesday. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got about 8 business days left. When you throw out the weekend, you got 8 business days before August 28th, guys. And I'm telling you, at the end of the month, in my opinion now, again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a regular guy here giving you my opinion. So I don't need nobody, oh, golly, this guy's not an expert. No, I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just on YouTube. Okay? So now that we've settled that, so we don't have to worry about that, right? Y'all, I've told y'all I'm not an expert. I told y'all I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a guy on YouTube. All right? So you know that. But you got 8 days, 8 business days to lock and load and get yourself in position. That's what you got. You got 8 days. Now, whether you want to do that or not, that's up to you. I have no idea what you're going to do. I already know what I'm doing. I got 11,200 shares of this stock. I've been in this stock, right? Been in Nvidia, 11,200 shares, and I'm good. I'm in a good position, right? So all I can tell you is what's your position? Where you at? What you doing? Right? What you doing? Now, again, you got to do what you got to do. I understand that. I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to give you an opportunity here to think about what's next. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to think about how you can potentially multiply your wealth while you sleep. I've done this for 30 years. And I got a level of wealth that has been multiplying itself for 30 years while I sleep. And now I'm finna step this thing up, and whatever I accumulated in that 30 years, I'm finna 10X it. 10X it. Not trying to get you to believe me or not, because this is not a convince you channel. I'm just telling you what's gonna happen in my opinion. I'm finna 10X this thing. Everything that I built over 30 years, I'm gonna 10X it. 10X. Yep. And we headed that way right now today with the big boy, the big 900-pound gorilla in the portfolio. We're at 124. Let me see where we're at. Temperature check. 124.07. We've gotten as high as 125 today. I think we got a shot to go to 130, depending upon, it depends upon who, because earlier this morning in pre-market, we were having some sell-off. Why? People taking profits. See, everybody ain't in this stock, man, long-term like I am. A lot of people in this thing short-term. They bought at $90 a share. They got themselves up to 120, 122, made them a nice profit. They parachute out. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Because the name of the game is buy low, sell high. I'm just one of these guys that's, I need mine to go higher before I parachute out. Some people take $30 a share and they parachute on out and they go about their life. And ain't nothing wrong with that. The goal is to make money. That's the whole point of it, is to make money, right? And that's what people have done in this stock. They've made money. And this morning, pre-market, they were parachuting out. And you may even see people parachute out later today before the market closes. You may see people parachute out after hours. That's what the whole point of buying this stock is you make your money, you get yourself out. Nobody says you got to stay in the stock and fall on a sword. Ain't nobody going to fall on no sword. You make your money, you parachute out. Whatever you determine making your money is. Me, I can't parachute out yet because I need to 10X my net worth. When I'm talking about 10X, I want an 8-figure net worth when I'm done with this thing. 8 figures. Go Google that and they'll tell you how much that is. I need 8 figures before I get out this thing. So I ain't getting out no time soon. But that don't mean you can't get out whenever you want to. You got to figure out what your goal is. And when you hit that goal, parachute out. That's all you got to do. That's what my recommendation to anybody in any type of investment. When you make your goal, before you get in that investment, you should have a goal. You should say, hey, here's my goal. When I hit that goal, I'm parachuting out. I don't care what investment is. I don't care if it's gold and silver. I don't care if it's real estate. I don't care if it's a business. I don't care if it's paper assets. I don't care if it's antiques, collectibles, and memorabilia. I don't care if it's Pokemon cards. I don't care if it's baseball cards. Make a goal. When you hit that goal, parachute out. That's all you got to do. And you just repeat that, rinse and repeat that over and over and over and over, and you'll get rich. That's my opinion. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just giving y'all my opinion. This is an opinion channel, not a convince you channel. But if you go look at the people in history in present day who have wealth, they will tell you the same thing. So you ain't got to have a PhD to know that. You don't have to have a PhD. You don't have to be a financial advisor. You don't have to be a CFP, CPA, any of them other things that people have. You ain't got to be none of that. You just got to know that basic rule. Make a goal, buy big boy paper, buy big boy assets, big boy blue chip assets. When you hit that goal, parachute out and then start over, right? My goal is such a high goal that I can't parachute out yet until I hit my goal. It may take me a while to hit my goal because I got a pretty aggressive goal. I want to 10X my net worth that it took me 30 years to build. I want to 10X it in the next 3 to 10. 10X, guys. 8 figures. So I can't parachute out just yet, but that don't mean you can't. You parachute out based on what your goals are, right? All right, so get down in the description box, click on the MooMoo link, take advantage of the free 20 free stocks. Don't miss that offer, right? That's the first goal you should make. Open up the MooMoo account, put me $1,000 in there, get my 20 free stocks. First goal checked off. Second goal is, okay, now that I got the MooMoo brokerage account, I got to learn how to use it. Let me send Richard Fain an email through his website. He's going to send me the tutorial video so I can collapse time frames and I ain't got to go hunting all over the world. He's going to just send them to me. Boom. I can learn how to use this brokerage app. Check 2. And then 3, how much money do I want to put in this thing and what do I want to buy? And I'm going to do that for a period of time before I parachute out and make my money. Check. That's it. So if you want to be a part of this what's going to happen over these next 8 business days, telling you guys, you better get in position. Get your brokerage account open right now. Get your brokerage account open. Get your 20 free stocks or 8 free stocks, depending upon how much money you put in. You put $100 in, you're going to get 8 free stocks. You put $1,000 in, you're going to get 20 free stocks. So now you already instantly have a portfolio, 8 big boy blue chips or 20 big boy blue chips. Now, when I say big boy blue chips, I'm talking about publicly traded companies. They're all publicly traded companies. Don't know what the value of those stocks will be because I don't get to pick them. You don't get to pick them. It's a random system that picks them on the MooMoo platform. I'm okay with that. Because really the main purpose of me opening the brokerage account and learning how to use it is so I can put extra money in there and get ready to buy big boy blue chip in these next 8 days. Why the next 8 days? Because when Nvidia stock hits, guys, when them earnings come out, the whole stock market is going crazy. Not just tech, the whole thing. The whole thing going crazy. We're in a comeback rally, guys. Again, my opinion now. Let me lay the foundation and the groundwork here. I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you my opinion on why I think it's the greatest opportunity in the history of investing. Right now is the greatest opportunity to transfer wealth based on my opinion. See, you get to give your opinion, guys. I've already made the disclosure that I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm also an expert in my own opinion. That's all I'm saying. So I'm telling you, these next 8 business days, things are going to get crazy. Just like things got crazy when stocks went down, it's going to get even crazier as they go up. Trust me, I've been doing this for 30 years. There are going to be so many people rushing to get into this thing next week that is going to go bananas. That's my opinion. I ain't got no proof of that. I'm just a guy on YouTube. But I'm telling you, next week will be bananas. I'm telling you, it's going to be bananas. Because people are going to start thinking, oh my God, what if this thing could go to the moon? I already told y'all they're already leaking reports how the numbers going to come out crazy. It's already been reports being leaked. I told y'all the reports were going to be leaked. That this thing going to be crazy. And it's going to be crazy. So you got 8 business days to put yourself in place, get in where you fit in, and get prepared. Now, for some of y'all that don't like to hear this conversation, you probably at the wrong YouTube channel. You might want to go find another YouTube channel that's talking about something else. Oh, I'm tired of this guy talking about paper assets every day. I'm tired of talking about Nvidia every day. It's my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about what I want to. See, again, if you don't like what I talk about, go find another YouTube channel. Y'all look like I got the only YouTube channel on the planet, which I don't. I'm like a really small YouTube channel, guys. I get less than 10,000 views a video. I'm a very small YouTube channel. So go find YouTube channels that get millions and millions. Go over there. That's all you got to do. I don't get it. I don't know why people come into my thing and complain when they don't even have to be here. It's one thing. It was like, okay, you got to go watch this guy. I know you don't like him, and I know you don't believe nothing he's saying, but you got to go watch him because if you don't, we're going to put you in jail. We'll give you a life sentence unless you go watch. Come on, man. Just go find another YouTube channel, right? Because on this YouTube channel, I'm going to talk about whatever I want to. Every day, all day. So if I want to talk about Nvidia every day, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about it. Definition of insanity. Doing the same old thing over and over and over. Expecting different results. You keep coming back here every single day expecting a different result. That's insanity, guys. You're going to get the same result here. I'm going to talk about the same thing every single day. If you don't like it, find another YouTube channel. Okay, let's move on. We've already set the stage. I've told y'all why I believe the stock goes to 130 today. Will it go to 130? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just giving you a prediction. It already hit 125 this morning. So could it go up another $5 today? It could. It just depends. It may not. It may tumble all the way down to 120, 118, 110. I don't know, guys. My point is this. Anything can happen. So put yourself in position. Anything can happen, right? So put yourself in position. Now, here's why I love the idea of what's going to be happening over these next 8 days. And I'm going to give you 2 reasons why to buy Nvidia stock before August 28th. This is just my opinion. This is not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do. And I'm reading this from a an article by Yahoo Finance. So Yahoo Finance came up with this article. They gave 2 reasons why. I'm giving it to you. Whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. I got nothing to do with that, right? So let me give you what the 2 reasons why Yahoo Finance and me believe it's a good opportunity to buy Nvidia stock before August 28th. You got 8 business days. That's it. 8 business days, right? To really capture some net worth, right? Some net worth. So here we go. Artificial intelligence is the single biggest leap in technology since the internet. I didn't say that. This is Yahoo Finance. Artificial intelligence, AI, is the single biggest leap in technology since the internet, or so says its biggest believers. Like me, I'm a big believer. They talking about me. When they say biggest believer, they talking about me. Its effect on the market has been enormous, right? Led by the poster child of the AI revolution, Nvidia. AI stocks went on a tear over the last few years that made a lot of people a lot of money. A lot of money been made, guys. But good news is a lot more can be made. That's the good news. The last month or so hasn't been so kind. It hasn't. July was well, let's put it this way. July was good or bad depending upon how you look at it. For me, July was amazing because I was able to pick up some cheap. I was able to pick up some cheap, heavily discounted Nvidia stock. I was able to pick up some heavily discounted SPLG, FTEC, MAG 7. So for me, it wasn't bad. I keep telling y'all, you make your wealth. I mean, you build your wealth in the red. You collect your wealth in the green. So anytime it's in the red, big boy blue chip, that ain't bad for me. That's awesome. Because I'm going to buy it and hold it until it goes back and trade at a premium, and then I get rich. That's how you do in the stock market, right? That's how you do with any asset. You buy the asset low, and you wait till it goes back up and trades at a higher. And that's how you get rich. The in-between is what you get rich on. Where I bought it at, what I sold it for. The in-between, that's where I get rich. So last month or so hasn't been so kind, depending upon how you look at it as an investor. The NASDAQ composite is down more than 10%. Great, I get to buy it at a 10% discount because it's gonna go back up. See, I'm trying to give you some game here, guys. I'm giving you game. I'm giving you game based on 30 years. You buy this thing when it's 10% discount and then just wait for it to go back up. Now you just made 10%. Just that easy, right? But you gotta be patient, you gotta be consistent, and you gotta be disciplined. That's where people fall into the hole. That's where they fall into that little manhole, that little uncovered manhole. Those little 3 things are the manhole. People can't get past those 3 things. That's why a lot of people can't build wealth, because they can't discipline themselves. They can't be consistent and they can't be patient. Definitely can't be patient because they want everything right now, because that's how they've been trained since they were 5 years old when they went into kindergarten. This is how they train you in your educational system. They train you to be what? People that go out and get a job and be impatient, and they train you to buy everything right now. No delay gratification, instant gratification. That's how they train y'all. So you're a nation of people that have been trained to go to work and then spend every dime they make. That's how they train y'all, right? And if you're still in that matrix, you still operating like that. So how do you look at this? NASDAQ down 10%. Do you look at that as glass half full or glass half empty? I don't know. I look at it as glass half full. Go down 10% right now. I'm going to buy it again and hold it. Oh, Nvidia is going to go down to $85 a share. Please do. Please do. Please go down to $85 a share so I can buy another 2,000 shares and wait till it go back up to 150 a share. Thank you. Thank you for the instant wealth. I appreciate y'all. See, this is how you build wealth, guys. You buy low, sell high, right? So the NASDAQ went down by 10% since its peak in July. The majority of big tech players released their earnings for Q2 2024, and although they there was a lot of positive news. Meta Platforms posted 22% year-over-year growth for the quarter. Investors were somewhat spooked by the larger than expected expenses the companies are planning to make in AI infrastructure. Now, you kill by 22% year-over-year growth, but the only thing they want to focus on is you're going to spend more money in AI. They don't like that. So what do? They drive your stock price down. But that should tell you right there, guys, that's the first sign you should have been buying Meta. That's the first sign. Nobody does 22% year-over-year growth and stock price goes down. That's a gift. I told y'all 2 months ago when Meta was trading at $425 a share, whoever wanted to listen, I said, guys, Meta will not stay at $425. Now, if somebody would have just listened and bought it, you'd have been up over $100 a share right now, about a month later. Just saying, guys. But I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a guy on YouTube, right? That's why people don't listen to me, because they just think I'm a guy on YouTube. Now, if I'm some guy on a YouTube channel with 2 million subscribers, getting 1 million views a day, right? And I'm on the yacht, and I'm in the big house, and I'm on an exotic excursion, and I'm telling you how great I am, you'll listen to that guy. You'll listen to that guy. Why? Because he got all the trappings. But a guy here with a raggedy beard, raggedy t-shirt on, I was there, 10,000 people watch the videos. Y'all don't think I know what I'm doing. But that's okay. I'll live with that, and I'm going to keep moving on. But I told y'all to buy Meta a month ago, 2 months ago. I told you. Now you'd have been up handsomely. You'd have been up handsomely, over $100 a share, right? And climbing. Told you I even gave y'all the opportunity to get on Serve Robotics. I said, guys, Nvidia done bought a 10% stake in this company. This was way before anybody even knew about Serve. Way back. I said, guys, Nvidia done bought a stake in this Serve Robotics. Y'all might want to put that on the short list and go check it out. There might be some opportunity there. See, again, I can't tell you nothing because I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I just uncover these things because I own 100% of my time, and I got time all day to do this. You don't. You got to go to work. Or whatever you do, you got to go entertain yourself and watch YouTube videos and watch TikTok. That's where y'all spend all y'all time. A lot of y'all don't research this stuff. I do. And again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy that has the time to dive into this stuff and go sniff around like a bloodhound. And that's what I do. And I come up with stuff and I share it with you. Not that I'm an expert. I just share it because that's what I do on my channel. And I shared Serve Robotics. Now, the people that listen to me, like the 1% of people that watch my videos that listen to me, they may have did okay on Serve. I did okay. And I'm going to share another company with you today that Nvidia got a stake in that y'all ain't really never heard of because it's not a public company yet. But it will be. And when it goes public, when it IPOs, guess who's going to be sitting right there? Me. So I'm going to tell you right now, guys, pay attention. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a pro at this. I'm not a professional at this. I don't work on Wall Street. I've never worked on Wall Street. I don't have no credentials. I'm just a guy on YouTube giving you my opinion. Okay? We got that. I just got to keep repeating that because some people think I'm trying to be an expert on here and I'm trying to tell people what to do. No, I'm not. I'm telling y'all what I'm doing. I'm just giving you my opinion and tell you what I'm doing. If you want to copy the plan, that's on you. So check it out. Meta Platforms posted 22% year-over-year growth for the quarter. Investors were somewhat spooked by the larger than expected spends the companies are planning to make on AI infrastructure. I've already told y'all, and I'm going to tell you again. The hyperscalers have no choice but to spend this money on AI infrastructure, guys. You have no choice. It doesn't matter what Wall Street says. They got to spend this money. They cannot afford to be last in this AI race at that level, or they have no company no more. They don't. I don't care if they got a $3 billion market cap. If they're in last place in this race, that $3 billion market, that $3 trillion market cap, it's going down because they're going to be in last place, right? Especially in this cloud service provider game. And that's where everybody's racing to, the cloud. That's where the money is. Just telling you, based on my opinion, right? So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is in combination with broader market fears. Here's hoping the Federal Reserve can nail that soft landing. Hit Nvidia hard. Its stock is down 22% since July 10. But you know what? I think this is great news. It's a buying opportunity. Thank you. So I keep telling y'all, you buy low, sell high. See, if you were smart, you'd have been picking up, well, if you were smart and you wanted to build wealth, you'd have been picking up these big boy blue chips in July like crazy because they were down, down, down. That's what you've been picking them up like crazy, right? If you felt like big boy blue chips could get you to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which I believe it will get me there. But you know what? I think this is great news. It's a buying opportunity for those who still believe in the stock. That'd be me. I still believe in it. That'd be me. It's a buying opportunity. With the company set to release Q2 numbers on August 28th, here are 2 reasons to buy before it does. So here are 2 reasons to potentially buy Nvidia before August 28th. Again, disclaimer, I'm not telling you to buy Nvidia. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just giving you my opinion, and I'm just reading an article from Yahoo Finance. That's all it is, guys. Okay? Now that we know that, let's move forward. Number 1, big tech doesn't plan to slow its spending soon. Been telling y'all that for 2 weeks. Hyperscalers are not going to stop spending on this AI infrastructure. And what is that? Why is that important, guys? Because that's a built-in revenue stream for years to come. It's a built-in revenue stream. You got 5 big boy hyperscalers, and then you got all the rest of them behind them. 5 big boy hyperscalers. Google, right? Amazon, Microsoft, IBM Cloud, Oracle. Those are your 5 big hyperscalers. And then a couple other hyperscalers that you can throw in there. Apple, Meta. Now, there's plenty of them, but I'm just giving you the 5 to 7 big hyperscalers. And these people have to spend this money, guys, whether they want to or not. And they understand they're spending money on infrastructure that they probably won't make any money on for years. But a company like Nvidia, AMD, all the rest of these semiconductors will benefit from that because they have to spend it. See, when you're at that level, like a Google, and you're in a race against Amazon, you're in a race against Microsoft, you're in a race against IBM, you're in a race against Oracle, you're in a race against Meta to see who can get there first. You got to spend the money, guys, at that level. It's a bit built-in revenue source for semiconductors. Built in. Here we go. During the last round of earnings calls, CEOs from the big tech players fueling Nvidia's monster returns fielded questions about their company's expectations for future capital expenditures, nickname CapEx. See, that's what we call it in the banking world. When companies have to spend money on an ongoing basis, whether they want to or not, we call that CapEx. The long word for it is capital expenditures. The nickname is CapEx. So when you hear CapEx, that's money companies got to spend in order to grow. They got to spend that money regardless because they want to grow. They don't expect a return from that CapEx for years down the road, but they'll get it eventually. See, you got to spend the money first. The revenue comes in second in some instances when it comes to these companies and what they got to spend money on. So, during the last round of earnings calls, CEOs from the big tech players fueling Nvidia's monster returns fielded questions about their company's expectations for future CapEx, specifically those relating to AI. Alphabet, aka Google, for instance, spent about $32.3 billion in CapEx in 2023. That's just Google. Keep telling y'all guys, you just got to follow the breadcrumbs. Google spent, AKA Alphabet, they spent $32.3 billion in CapEx in 2023. This year, I love it. I love this. Because here's the revenue. So I keep telling y'all, here's the revenue. This year, the company hit, this year the company could hit 50 billion in CapEx. That's just one hyperscaler. This is what one hyperscaler is going to be spending in CapEx on AI infrastructure. One company, guys, one hyperscaler. And I've already gave you, you got 5 of them. Really, you got 7 to 10 of them. You got 7 to 10 really big hyperscalers. And you got one of the big boys spending nearly 50 billion on CapEx. This is where the revenue's coming from, guys. Oh, how in the world can Nvidia go from 60 billion to 120 billion in 1 year? That's how. They control 75 to 85% of the market share. Who do you think the lion's share of that 50 billion going to that Google getting ready to spend? Guys, you better start connecting the dots here. All right, let's move on. That's a massive increase. And it's not, that's a massive increase, and it's not alone. Check out this chart showing the net change in capital expenditures for Alphabet over the past year. I ain't looking at all that. I don't care about that part. If there is an end to massive spending on AI infrastructure, it is some ways off. See, the thing was, what the knock on the video and other semiconductors was, if the hyperscalers stopped spending on AI infrastructure, where would your revenue come from? See, that was the thing. That's what people were talking about. But that's all behind us, right? Because as you went through this second quarter earnings reports of all the hyperscalers, guess what they said in every one of those earnings calls? That they're going to spend more. See, so that nixed this whole idea of, oh, golly, it ain't no it's not a $400 billion market in AI, because there's no, oh yeah, you got 50 billion been spent by one hyperscaler. 50 billion. Plenty of revenue, and they're going to continue spending it because they have to. They got no other choice, guys. Either you first or you last at this level. Either you're first or you're last. Just telling you. So this whole idea of there's no revenue, that's bullcrap. Plenty of revenue. Hyperscalers revenue. They got to spend it. They got to spend the CapEx, guys. This is what the article is telling you. This is what the article is telling you, right? The article is telling you they got to spend it. If there is an end to massive spending on AI infrastructure, it in some ways is off. AI is too big an opportunity, and no company wants to be left behind. Bingo! What did I just tell y'all? If you ain't first, you're last. I just told y'all that. Yahoo Finance agrees with me. Again, I'm not an expert here. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Yahoo Finance is probably more of an expert. They're way more than an expert than me. They got a lot of smart people working for them. A lot of Harvard graduates, a lot of PhDs, a lot of people that got way more experience on Wall Street dealing with big boy companies than I do. But all you got to do is just follow what's happening. Listen to what the hyperscalers are saying. And this is what Yahoo Finance is saying. They're saying if there is an end to massive spending on AI infrastructure, but they said in some ways that's off. You got to worry about that. And this is why they said AI is too big of an opportunity, and no company wants to be left behind. That's the key right there, guys. That fuels this whole thing. None of those hyperscalers want to be last. And they're going to do everything they can to keep up with Amazon, to keep up with Google, to keep up with Microsoft Azure, to keep up with IBM Cloud, to keep up with Oracle. They're going to do everything they can to keep up because they know if they don't and they get left behind, their company is dead. There won't be no, I'm not saying it won't be a Google, but won't be no Google Cloud because they're going to be way by, nobody going to use them. You'll use the search engine, but you ain't going to use nothing else. So they can't be left behind. It ain't the search engine that they're worried about, guys. It's the cloud business. That's where the money is now. And Google knows that. Amazon knows that. Microsoft knows that. Oracle knows that. IBM knows that. All of them know that's where the new opportunity is. But in order to take advantage of that vast opportunity, you got to have the right infrastructure. They know that. See, a lot of y'all, well, what are you talking about Google? What are you talking about Amazon? They sell stuff online. Guys, please go do your research on Amazon and whether real opportunity is for Amazon going forward. It's not the retail online business, guys. Too much competition. It's the cloud service business that they're running right now. That's where the opportunity is. Now, don't get me wrong. They'll still be a retailer. They'll be a giant in that. But it's a lot of competition in the retail business. That cloud service business is where the real money is going to come from, in my opinion, over the next 20 years. Trust me on this. Well, not trust me, but go do your own homework and figure it out for yourself. AI is too big an opportunity and no company wants to be left behind. As Alphabet CEO Sundar, whatever his last name is, put in his earnings call, the risk of underinvesting is dramatically greater than the risk of overinvesting for us. Mic drop. That's a mic drop right there. That's coming from the 5th largest company in the world. That's a mic drop. That coming from the CEO, not Richard Fain, the CEO. Yeah, that's coming from the CEO of Google, Alphabet. Let me read it one more time for you. This is what the CEO of Alphabet said after their second quarter earnings. This is what he said. The risk of underinvesting is dramatically greater than the risk of overinvesting for us here. So basically what he's saying is Wall Street, I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can rate us where you want to rate us. But we understand if we're not first, we're last. And we're going to overinvest before we underinvest. Bam! That's a mic drop. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. The risk, although there is more to AI infrastructure than the chips Nvidia provides, they are arguably the most important essential part. And Nvidia is likely to be flooded with cash for some time. Of course, Nvidia must work to maintain its market share, but it is in a strong position to do so. So all this hype out here about, oh, it's going to zero and blah, 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 blah. It's all propaganda. I just gave you what the CEO of Google just said. This is coming directly from the CEO, guys. We rather overspend than underspend and not be prepared. Yeah. And guess what? Not only the CEO from Alphabet says this, all of them say it. Amazon, Microsoft, Oracle, IBM Cloud, Zuckerberg, and the dude over at Apple. I don't know his name, Tim something. So there you go. There you go. And who in the catbird seat? They already told y'all chips is the most critical part of it. The most critical part is the chips. And who in the catbird seat for chips? Nvidia. Here's the second reason. Here's the second reason that you should consider thinking about putting Nvidia on the short list before August 28th. There are signs that AI is delivering real world value. So we talked about the revenue source, because that's the thing that most people are worried about, right? We talked about the revenue source. Hopefully we put that behind us. Hopefully if you're somebody that got this on the short list, you've put the revenue concerns behind you as I've just walked you through the Yahoo Finance article on that. And we've talked about the revenue. We've had a CEO come out on record saying, we rather overspend than underspend. We got to be first. We also see on record where Google has spent over 30-something billion last year, and they're scheduled to do 50 billion this year. What do you think they're going to do in 25? What do you think they're going to do in 26? Yes, sirski. They got to spend it, guys. Got no choice. So we got the revenue. The concern, is there enough revenue in this model, in this ecosystem for AI to grow, for Nvidia to really hit it out of power? Is there enough revenue? Checkmate. Yes, it is. Checkmate. There's enough revenue. Now let's move on to the second reason why you should put it on the short list and consider it. Can't tell you what to do, but consider it. Go out and do a deep dive on it and consider it. There are signs that AI is delivering real world value. So now we know people got to spend money on it. Well, companies. But now, is it something that has real value? Can it sustain itself? Let's see. But can AI deliver the kind of real world value that justifies its enormous cost? Now, you put this money, this CapEx, you outlay this CapEx, and then all of a sudden what? You at some point you want to return on that CapEx. Some point you want to return, right? And that's what they're going to talk about here. But let's do a little temperature check before we do that. See where we at on this stock. Okay, 122.86. So we've climbed down slightly. We've climbed down slightly, still at 122.86 is basically what we closed at yesterday. So we're kind of even. Back up to 122.90. So we'll see a little bounce. We'll see a little bounce around, but I still think we got an opportunity to get where we need to get. We'll see. Serve is at a point right now, guys, where, it may be an opportunity on Serve right now. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do, but it looks like it might be presenting an opportunity right now for somebody. You might want to check that one out. It might be presenting an opportunity. It may not. I don't know. You have to do the homework on that, but it looks like it's at an opportunity point right now for maybe somebody. So you may want to put that one on the short list. Maybe. So here we go. But can AI deliver the kind of real world value that justifies its enormous cost? I think the jury is still out. But Meta's recent earnings make me more confident. This is what the author of this article is saying. He's saying Meta's recent earnings make me more confident. As I mentioned earlier, Meta posted 22% revenue growth from a year ago and a whopping 73% jump in earnings per share. This is what Meta did. A company I told y'all to put on the short list months ago. Matter of fact, I think it was after their Q1 earnings. The stock went down to like 425. And at that point, after Q1 earnings, I said, guys, you got to go take a look at Meta and put it on the short list. It won't be there long. And I don't think I was wrong. I think it's over $530 a share the last time I looked at it. Over $100 a share gain. Had somebody taken advantage of that opportunity. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I digress. Let's keep moving. So Meta goes out, Q2 numbers. They come up with 22% revenue growth year over year in the Q2 numbers. A whopping 73% jump in earnings per share Q2 numbers. During its recent earnings call, CEO Mark Zuckerberg attributed this jump in part to AI. See, I'm trying to tell y'all guys, these CEOs, and that's why I tell y'all got to pay attention to the earnings calls, because these CEOs are going to get on there and tell you something that's going to give you some forward guidance. But a lot of us don't do that. We ain't got enough patience with someone watching a funny when we should be watching Zuckerberg. We should be watching this guy, Google guy, and the rest of these CEOs so they can give you some guidance. But no, we want to go out and watch funnies and get in other rich people's business and politics and all this other stuff. Ain't gonna put no money in our pocket, not one dime. That's where we want to spend our time. We want to spend our time wrapped up and engulfed in somebody else's business. instead of worry about our own business. There we go. That's us. That's why 99% of us are broke and 1% control all the wealth. That's why. Yep, I said it. So let's move. During its recent earnings call, Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, aka Facebook, attributed this jump in part to AI. The company used AI to improve its content algorithm. The company used AI to improve its content algorithm. See, what was happening was Facebook obviously allows creators to come on there and put content out. So this AI algorithm tightened that up. They probably was paying too much money out to content creators who wasn't really meeting the standard. So what do? They go get this AI algorithm that goes in and tightens all that up. Position eyeballs at the right content that drive the most advertising dollars. That's what AI will do for you when you're a company like Meta. When you're a company that got 2.5 billion people across its platforms, which is a third of the population for the whole world, by the way, if you didn't know that. Yeah, they got a third of the world's population on their platforms across WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. I think they got one more. But those 4 platforms, they got 2.5 billion people on those platforms, guys. And guess what that AI algorithm did? Tightened up the content and directed it at the people who were actually getting the most advertising dollars. Because it's all about advertisers, right? On Facebook. It's all about advertising. That's where the revenue comes from. Advertising. It's all about advertising, guys. And guess what AI does for them? It gives them more opportunity to gather more advertising dollars and make more money. Because AI is going to direct those advertising at somebody who actually buying stuff. So guess what a lot of creators experienced on Facebook? A drop in revenue. Why? Because the AI algorithm said, you know something, this guy over here cussing, he acting stupid, all he got a bunch of people over there ain't got no money. Boop, let's direct these people to something. Let's direct this attention to some other creator who does have a group of people got money and that's gonna buy something. And that's what that's what it does. So guess what happened? The AI algorithm, right? It says the company used the AI to improve its content algorithm, which led to more engagement, which translated into more use, which meant more advertising revenue. See, guys, you ain't got to be a rocket scientist to figure this stuff. We all know how Facebook makes its money. It's advertising. So guess what AI does for it? You ain't got to have some little human being in there, 100 human beings in there trying to figure it out. You don't need that. You pour that thing into that AI algorithm, it does it all for you in like a second. What 100 human beings take them all day to do, it does it in a second. And guess what it did? It just tightened up the content, threw it out to people who actually got money that want to buy something. Not people that just want to be in people's business and watch funnies and watch people on there do skits and all this old goofy stuff. That ain't no advertisers want to pay for that. They don't want to pay for that. And guess what the AI algorithm did? Let's take the eyeballs and put it over here. Forget all the funnies, forget all the skits and all this other goofy stuff people be doing that ain't driving no revenue. All it is driving income for the creator, but ain't no revenue being generated. You're getting a lot of views, but they ain't buying nothing. That's what the AI algorithm did for Facebook, right? So I just gave you a real live example where the AI infrastructure has helped a company like Meta. By the way, Meta is what? The 6th largest company in the world. 2.5 billion people on their platform. The AI algorithm, in part, helped them increase revenue year over year by 22% and helped them increase their earnings per share by 73% year over year. This is what the AI infrastructure partly did for the 6th largest company in the world by market cap. And when your CEO go on the earnings call and says that, come on, guys. Let's come on now. Zuckerberg spoke of his plans to have AI craft. Now check this out, guys. I keep telling y'all guys, we at the toddler stage of this thing. I told y'all that yesterday in one of my videos I did in the afternoon session. I told y'all we're at the toddler stage. We're not at the infant stage. Infant stage was like 2 years ago for this AI thing. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people made a bunch of money. I wasn't part of the infant stage. I missed it. I was somewhere. I don't know what I was doing. But I certainly wasn't making no money in this. And I should have been, but I wasn't. So I missed the infant stage. Now we're in the toddler stage. I keep telling y'all guys, it is so much money to be made in the toddler stage. Because what's going to happen is we're going to leave the toddler stage and we're going to go to the teenage stage. That's in a couple of years. And then we go into the full-grown stage. Boy, you talking about a full-grown industry? And I'm going to be in the toddler stage, I'm going to be in the teenage stage, and I'm going to be in the full-grown stage. And all through those stages, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to get rich. Yes, I am. I'm going to get rich. Okay, here we go. Zuckerberg spoke of his plans to have AI craft an entire marketing campaign. No more human beings. No more human beings. Now y'all starting to understand why in 23, these companies like Meta, y'all understand now why these tech companies started laying off all these people? Bingo. Bingo, right here. You heard what the man said. Check this out. Zuckerberg spoke of his plans to have AI craft an entire marketing campaign, both strategy and the creative assets themselves for advertisers. So what do I need human beings for? Help me out, guys. What's the biggest expense for a lot of these companies? Payroll, benefits, people. That's the biggest expense. Now I found a way. I don't need all these people. I don't need all these people. All I need is a good AI infrastructure and the platform to go with it, and I can just give it all to AI and have them do the whole strategy. Not only the whole marketing, they're going to do the whole marketing campaign from the strategy and the creative assets themselves. What do I need human beings for? I don't. Just saying, guys, I tell you which way the future's going. You can get on the ship or you can stay down here on Earth and wave at the ship. I'm on the ship. I don't want to be down here on Earth waving at it. I'm going to be on the ship. So here we go. Here we go. Zuckerberg spoke of his plans to have AI craft an entire marketing campaign, both strategy and creative assets themselves for advertisers. What's the biggest money maker? The only money maker, well, I ain't gonna say the only, but what's the biggest money maker for Facebook? Advertising. Advertising, guys. Advertising is the biggest revenue source, right? This could open up a whole new revenue stream for the company. The idea is just one example of a powerful revenue generating promise of AI. The more evidence of real world value, the more companies will be willing to continue to spend on AI. That is good news for Nvidia. Yes, sirski. There are your two reasons. There are your two reasons. Revenue potential and profit. More profit. Companies are willing to invest in this CapEx because of what Meta just experienced. Now, Meta does well, and no one's saying AI is the reason for all of it. But the CEO of the company came out and said, AI helped us get a 73% increase in our price per share, or our earnings per share, our earnings per share. 73% jump year over year. 22% in revenue jump year over year. AI contributed to that. Now we're looking at how do we run a full marketing campaign only using AI to introduce a brand new revenue source to us. Just saying, guys, you think other companies ain't thinking of the same thing? They are. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. Okay, now let's move on because we got to get out of here. Let me move on to this company that I told y'all about. It's a privately held company, but Nvidia is backing this company. Now it says Nvidia backed Cohesity, Cohesity, Cohesity. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But Nvidia backed Cohesity experienced 26% revenue growth. This is what the company has done now. It's a privately held company. So let me just, again, not telling you need to buy anything. I'm just telling you what's on my short list. I'm telling you how I find companies to put on the short list. And this is what I'm putting on the short list. This is what I'm going to be investing in pre-IPO. Anything the video's involved in, guys, and they have a substantial stake in, I want to be involved in. Because I saw what they did to Serve Robotics. And I think Serve Robotics is going to continue to grow. I don't know how big it'll be, but if Nvidia gets 10% of the stock, 37 million shares of stock, Nvidia has 37 million shares of Serve Robotics. Nvidia has 3.7 million of those shares, 10% stake. Boom. Now they got a stake in this company. Ain't even hit IPO yet, but it will. And I plan to be there pre-IPO, buying in and getting myself in where I fit in. So when this thing do go IPO, y'all already know. Let's go. Data security and management startup Cohesity experienced revenue growth of 26% for its latest fiscal year. Chief Executive Officer Sanjay, whatever his name is, last name, said in an interview on Bloomberg Television. Cohesity is backed by the SoftBank Vision Fund and Nvidia Corp. The company closed the fiscal year with $549 million in revenue, representing 26% growth from a year prior. This is what the CEO said. It also turned free cash flow positive in the fourth quarter of the fiscal year 2024. So not only do they jump revenues by 26%, but now they have free cash flow. That means they're starting to grow now. They're starting to become a real company now because they got free cash flow. They've gotten this thing to a point where they're making more money than they're spending. They're making more than they're spending, guys. That's big for a company. Now the next step is what? IPO, right? Let's keep reading. The company is also in the midst of acquiring the data protection business of Veritas. These names, I can't pronounce them. Veritas. Veritas Technologies. A deal announced earlier this year. The combined company would be valued at $7 billion, Cohesity said. That deal is currently pending regulatory approvals. So once they get that approval, which I believe they will get, what do you think next? I think IPO. It's my opinion. I don't know. Maybe. Not an expert here. Just giving you my little 2 cents. In 2021, Cohesity said it filed confidentially for an initial public offering, a plan that remains in place, said the CEO. Once closed, the deal with Veritas would make Cohesity the biggest in our space, said the CEO to Bloomberg TV. We have to close this transaction. That's step one, he said. The next step is a public offering at the right time. I told y'all, once they close that deal, they're going public. And once they go public, I don't know. I plan on being there before they go public. And there is an opportunity for a guy like me to buy privately held shares, right? You just got to go find the right place to do it. And I know the right place to do it. So bingo, that's one on the short list. A little more deep dive on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the thing. I'm going to do the thing because I think once they get that regulatory approval to buy this other company and the two form, not buy them, but merge or whatever they're going to do to form a $7 billion company, I think that's all they're waiting on. And then they go public. So that's one on the short list for me, guys. Like I said, y'all may not care anything about that, but I thought I'd throw it out there for those that want to go out and do a little bit of due diligence, a little bit of research, a little bit of deep dive, knowing that Nvidia is backing this company. Again, guys, Nvidia is not backing these companies, guys, for no reason. Nvidia's CEO is real sharp, man. These people sharp. They not backing certain companies for no reason, guys. There's a play. We may not understand that play right now. I don't care about understanding it. All I care is if Nvidia's backing them, I'm in. That's me. You got to go out and figure out your own thing. But if Nvidia's backing them, I'm in because there's something coming. They ain't trying to get that regulatory approval for nothing. They're trying to merge and whatever they're getting ready to do with these folks so they can get ready to IPO this thing. And if I know anything, when it does IPO, if Nvidia's in it, automatically I think the shares go higher, but just because of Nvidia. Because people are going to be wondering the same thing I'm wondering. Golly, what is Nvidia's plan for this company? You know what I'm saying? And again, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not telling you that that company's right for you. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do my research, and I'm going to go get in before the IPO. I am. I'm going to buy me some private shares that are not public yet. And then when they go public, my private share is going to go public. Y'all already know the rest. You know the rest. All right, well, let's cover one other temperature check. Temperature check. Temperature check. Okay, back up to 123.28. That's Nvidia right now. So we had a little mild setback, and we bounced back again. Serve Pro, about to go back to $11 a share. So, you know, get in where you fit in. So here we go. Here we go. Let's talk about, oh, one other thing. Guys, anybody in here right now that want to take advantage of up to 20 free stocks, my good friends at MooMoo, my self-directed brokerage app that I'm using for the next 10 years to 10x my net worth, my good friends at MooMoo are willing to give you up to 20 free stocks for trying out their new brokerage account, their new brokerage app. That's the first link down in the description box. Do yourself a favor, get down in the description box, click on the MooMoo link. You put $100 in your new MooMoo account, they're going to give you 8 free stocks. You put $1,000 in your new MooMoo brokerage account, they're going to give you 20 free publicly traded stocks. New York Stock Exchange, Chicago Stock Exchange, and the like. 20, up to 20 free stocks when you put $1,000 in. 20 free stocks. You put $100 in the new brokerage account, you get 8 free stocks. And then send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Let me know you've opened the MooMoo account. Let me know you've funded it. You're ready to go. You're ready to get on the rocket ship. And I'm going to send you some tutorial videos to help you learn how to use the brokerage app. And now all of a sudden you got $100, you got $1,000, whichever one you decide to go with. And you can go with more, guys. Then you got your 8 free stocks or your 20 free stocks. And now you're ready to go hunting. You're ready to go hunting. I believe, in my opinion, one of the greatest opportunities to go financial hunting for big boy blue chips. Buy them low today, sell high sometime in the future. That's how you make wealth, right? But you got to be in the game. You got to be in the game in order to get yourself to a point where you can harvest something. So you got to plant some seeds before you can harvest anything. If you ain't willing to plant no seeds today, you get no harvest tomorrow. If you want to harvest tomorrow, plant a seed today. Just saying, guys. If you want to harvest a financial harvest down the road, plant some financial seeds today. Get down in the description box, click on the MooMoo link, and plant you some financial seeds today. Look forward to your big boy harvest down the road. I got a big harvest coming in because I planted a lot of financial seeds, 11,200 shares of seeds Those 11,200 shares of Nvidia seeds, can you imagine how big the orchard gonna be in 3 to 5 years? I can. All right, let's move on. Google ex-CEO isn't licensed to give financial advice, but he thinks you should buy Nvidia. He's like me then. I'm not licensed to give you financial advice. I'm not licensed to tell you what to do, but nor is Google's ex-CEO. Can you imagine that? A CEO of a Fortune 500 company not licensed to give you financial advice, but he can give you his opinion. I'm not licensed to give you financial advice, but I can give you my opinion too. So if it's good enough for Google's ex-CEO, it's good enough for me. But let's see what Google's ex-CEO says, why he believes it's a good deal. It's a good deal. Let me make sure I get here. Why it's a good deal, in his opinion, to buy Nvidia. If I can get to the article here, guys. Give me a second. Having some technical difficulties. Let's see if I can get to it. Sometimes I have technical difficulties. But we're going to find it. We're going to find it. Here we go. Bam. I got you, baby. So here we go. Ex-Google CEO Eric Schmidt sees Nvidia as a big AI winner. You know what to do in the stock market. Here we go. This is what Eric Schmidt, former Google CEO, said. Eric Schmidt, who led Google for a decade, told Stanford students that while he's not one to give financial or investment advice, he sees an obvious play in the stock market that doesn't involve buying shares of his former employer. This is what a really, really rich guy, a 1%er, is telling students at Stanford. This is a very, very wealthy person giving students at Stanford game. He's trying to get them to understand, listen, guys, they're not going to teach you this here. They're going to teach you how to go get a job. But let me give you some game. This is what the CEO, the former CEO of Google, is about to drop some game on some young folk and try to spare them from having to go out and trade time for money for 30 years. Here we go. Here we go. Eric Schmidt, who led Google for a decade, told Stanford students that while he's not one to give investment advice, he sees an obvious play in the stock market that doesn't involve buying shares of his former employer. Schmidt said in a video that was posted by Stanford this week and subsequently removed that big technology companies are planning for increasingly large investments into Nvidia-based artificial intelligence data centers, which could cost as much as $300 billion to build. Why y'all think they removed that? Why did y'all think they removed it? That's the question I want to ask y'all. Why do y'all think Stanford removed that video? Golly, I guess I'm the only one that thinks like that. Why would Stanford remove that video? Let me run it by you one more time. Former CEO of Google, this is what he's saying on a video to Stanford students. Schmidt said in the video that was posted by Stanford this week and subsequently removed that big technology companies are planning for increasingly large investments into Nvidia-based artificial intelligence data centers, which could cost as much as $300 billion to build. So let me get this straight. It may cost a big technology company $300 billion to build a data center, and Nvidia is in the front row. Okay, let's keep moving. I'm talking to the big I'm talking this is what Smith is saying now. I'm talking to the big companies, and the big companies are telling me they need 20, 50, 100 billion, very, very hard, said Smith, adding that he's a close friend to OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. I'll read that one more time. I'm talking to, this is what the former CEO of Google is saying in this video to Stanford students this week. This is what he said. I'm talking to the big companies, and the big companies are telling me they need 20 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion. Very, very hard, said Smith, adding that he's a close friend to OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. Smith suggested a huge amount of this spending was going to Nvidia, which makes the dominant data center AI chips. Y'all think I'm making this stuff up? Guys, you cannot make this stuff up. You cannot have a clearer picture painted for you. If you're someone out there that's saying to themselves, how in the world do I catch up? How in the world do I get to my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Get in where you fit in. That's all I can tell you. Get in where you fit in. This is coming from a CEO, a former CEO, a 1%er, a very, very, very wealthy person is dropping game to college students. And the university pulled the game off the video thing. The only problem is it's the World Wide Web. It's there forever. You can't pull it. I don't care if you pull it. You don't pull it because it's there forever. You can't erase it. You can't erase what the guy's saying. This is a 1%er dropping game. Woo! Thank you goodness for the internet. I'm glad I got the internet so I could get this game because boy, he got me excited. Smith suggested a huge amount of this spending was going to Nvidia, which makes the dominant data center AI chips and has already seen revenue increase by more than 200% for 3 straight quarters. So what y'all think gonna happen on August 28th? Now, all this stuff I done told y'all today that come from experts, not me, experts. I've already told you about where the revenue's coming from and who's spending it. Mega caps, hyperscalers. I already told you where the revenue coming from. Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google, is telling you where the revenue coming from. Mega caps, hyperscalers. He know these CEOs, guys. All these guys roll in the same, they got the private jets in the same hangar. They got the big 100-foot yachts in the same area. They got 5, 6 homes in the same locales all around the world. All of these guys rub elbows. They rich, filthy rich. He's dropping game. You didn't supposed to hear this game. That's why they removed the video. They didn't want us to hear this game. But this guy's dropping game, right? But he's dropping game to Stanford. Stanford removes the video, though. They don't want their students worrying about no getting rich right now. They want their students to pay their tuition and get into this job workforce and work for 30 years. So Stanford gonna remove the video. They don't want nobody seeing that. What are you talking about, man? You get rich right now? Let's get that out. Let's pull that. You need to pay this tuition. You need to pay this tuition and get in the workforce for 30 years. We don't need you figuring out how to get rich in your 20s. We don't want to hear that. There we go. Smith suggested a huge amount of this spending was going into Nvidia, which makes the dominant data center AI chips and has already seen revenue increase by more than 200% for 3 straight quarters. Google has developed chips called Tensor Processing Units, TPT as in Tom, PUs, which could compete with NVIDIA's processors, but are still at a much earlier stage. I already told y'all that. How in the world are you going to be a search engine one day and then a chip maker the next. Listen, man, ain't Google, Amazon, Microsoft, none of them people ain't gonna be able to create the type of chip Nvidia. Nvidia's been doing this since 1993, guys. You don't just stop. You just don't wake up one day and start. Okay, I'm gonna be a Nvidia level chip maker in 1 year. No, you're never gonna do that, right? We know that. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So I don't care what Google is trying to develop. It's gonna take them 10 years to do it. By that time, I'll be rich. Here we go. If, this is what Schmidt is saying, if 300 billion is all going to Nvidia, you know what to do in the stock market. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Now, this is a billionaire. I don't know if he's a billionaire. Let's just say he's a high up millionaire. I don't know if he's a billionaire. He might be. I don't know though. So I'm not going to say a billionaire, but I'm going to just say a rich guy, a really wealthy guy is telling you the game. Why do you think they removed the video from Stanford's, whatever, their website or wherever they put videos at? Why do you think they removed it? Because the guy is telling you the game. He's telling you as an 18, 19, 20-year-old sitting here watching this video at Stanford University, here's the game. Here's the keys to getting rich. They pull the video. 1%ers don't want y'all to see this. They don't want y'all to know how to get rich. They don't. They want you to get a job. They want you to work for the rest of your life. Spend every dime you got thinking you own everything, but you own nothing. That's what they want for you. This guy right here, he let it slip. He gave you the keys to whatever you ever wanted financially, right? Let me read that one more time for y'all that didn't catch it. Let me read y'all what he told them. In a nutshell, this is what he told them. If 300 billion is all going to Nvidia, I just told you why he thinks that. He just gave y'all the game. He just gave y'all the game right here. He told y'all he done talked to his CEO buddies at the big boy blue chips, the hyperscalers, the mega caps, Nvidia-based artificial intelligence data centers, which cost as much as 300 billion to build. This is what this guy's saying. Here's what else what he said. I'm talking to big companies. And the big companies are telling me they need 20 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion. Very, very hard, said Smith. Adding that, he's a close friend to OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. Smith suggests a huge amount of this spending was going to Nvidia, which makes the dominant data center AI chips, and has already seen revenue increase by 200% last 3 quarters. What do you think gonna happen on the 28th? I don't know, we'll see. Now this is what Smith says. If 300 billion is going to Nvidia, you know what to do in the stock market. What does that tell y'all? You do not have to be a rocket scientist to what this guy's saying. This is why they removed the video, guys. This guy says, listen, man, I done already walk y'all through what these CEOs have already told me because I rub elbows with them. We got the same yachts. We got the same private jets. We vacation in the same lavish places in the world. We belong to the same members only, very restricted country clubs. I know these guys. They've already told me they got to spend this money and they need this money to spend. And they already told me it's going in Nvidia because we're buying their chips because they're the best chip maker in the world. See, he's just telling you that. He's telling the students at Stanford, listen, if you already know 300 billion is coming its way to Nvidia, what should you be buying in the stock market right now? That's not what I said. I'm just telling you what the guy just said. Just saying. That's not a common, here's the rest of it. If 300 billion is all going to Nvidia, you know what to do in the stock market, Smith said. That's not a stock recommendation. Schmidt didn't say if he owns Nvidia shares. Schmidt, who was CEO of Google from 2001 to 2011 and remained on the board until 2019, was addressing a class of undergraduates on the topic of AI. He told the Wall Street Journal that he requested the video to be taken down because he had misspoken about Google's LAX work culture in the lax work culture in the session. So he said that's why he wanted to take it down, because he said misspoke something about Google. While Nvidia is seeing soaring demand from cloud companies and the leading developers of AI models, Wall Street is asking whether the chip maker's top clients are overspending on AI infrastructure. Nvidia will provide its latest update on the market when reports quarterly results on August 28th. Here's the thing, guys. It don't matter what questions Wall Street is asking. If you listen to the hyperscalers in their last earning reports, they've already told you they're going to spend the money. So all this, we're going to ask them if that's a done deal, guys, on Wall Street. Y'all can forget all that. They already told you they're going to spend the money. I don't know why they keep asking that question. That's been answered. You heard what Zuckerberg said. You heard what the guy from Google said, the current CEO. They're going to spend the money. They cannot afford to underinvest. They have to overinvest. They rather overinvest before they underinvest. The money's going to be spent, guys. I don't know why Wall Street keep on asking these stupid questions with the caveat they're trying to drive the stock down. Now, all of a sudden, they want to drive it back up. Watch. I'm telling you what's going to happen. Here we go. Smith suggested Nvidia won't be the only winner in AI, but there aren't a lot of other obvious choices. This is what Smith is saying. Former CEO of Google, on the board of Google Alphabet until 2019. Wealthy person, 1%er. This is what he's saying. Smith suggested Nvidia won't be the only winner in AI, but there aren't a lot of other obvious choices. He said that he currently believes big companies who can invest more money into Nvidia chips and data centers will gain a technological lead over smaller competitors that can't spend as freely. Bingo. At the moment, the gap between the frontier models, there are only 3, and everyone else appears to be getting larger, Smith said. 6 months ago, I was convinced that the gap was getting smaller, so I invested lots of money in the little companies. Now I'm not sure. This is what a big boy is saying. Big boy investor. Let me read that again. At the moment, the gap between the frontier models, there are only 3, and everyone else appears to be getting larger. Smith said 6 months ago, I was convinced that the gap was getting smaller, so I invested lots of money into little companies. Now I'm not sure. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, whose company has purchased about 600,000 of Nvidia's pricey GPUs, said earlier this month that Meta's next generation model in the Luma family will require access to about 10 times the amount of computing power. This coming from Meta, who already previously purchased 600,000 GPUs. They got a 10x that. And future models will continue to grow beyond that, Zuckerberg said on an earnings call. Altman, meanwhile, is repeatedly working with OpenAI's backer, Microsoft, to build a $100 billion data center for AI called Stargate. This is Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, right? Altman, meanwhile, is reportedly working with OpenAI's leader backer, which is Microsoft, to build out a $100 billion data center for AI called Stargate. When Microsoft did the OpenAI deal, I thought that was the stupidest idea. This is coming from Schmidt, former CEO of Google. This is what he's saying about the Microsoft OpenAI deal, initially what his thoughts were. When Microsoft did the OpenAI deal, I thought that was the stupidest idea I have ever heard. Outsourcing essentially your AI leadership to OpenAI. And Sam and his team, Smith said, and yet they are on their way to being the most valuable company. This tells you the power of artificial intelligence, guys. This thing ain't finna go away. You can get in where you fit in, or you can sit on the sideline. It ain't going away. Smith said it will be difficult for competitors to catch up with Nvidia because many of the most important open source tools that AI developers use are based on the company's CUDA programming language. Let me read that one more time. Smith said it will be difficult for competitors to catch up with Nvidia because of the most important open source tools that AI developers use are based on the company's CUDA programming language. He said, AMD's software that translates NVIDIA's CUDA code for its own chips doesn't work yet. Told y'all, man. Smith, who started venture firm Innovation Endeavors in 2010, still holds about 147 million shares of Alphabet, according to Bloomberg. Oh, God, this guy's a billionaire. Jesus. He got 147 million shares of Alphabet, valued at $24 billion. In addition to startup investing, he has been a philanthropist and has advised several government committees on technology. That's a drop the mic right there, guys. I'm done. I can't give you no more than that. Get down in the description box, click on the MooMoo link, get you up to 20 free stocks, put yourself in position. You just heard the CEO or the former CEO of Google give you why he believes Nvidia is a great option for people that want to multiply their wealth in their sleep. You just heard it from a billionaire. The guy's worth about 24 billion. Yeah, billionaire. He just gave, boom. Later on this afternoon, I'm gonna throw this in the community over on the Patreon site to the wealth builders and let them read through this thing, because this thing is powerful. This thing is powerful, man. This is probably the most powerful piece of information that I've read in my 6 months of hunting down this stock and investing 11,200 shares of this company. This is the most powerful information that I've read coming from this guy. I mean, the most powerful information. Listen, man, it's powerful stuff. So again, not your financial advisor, not just trying to tell you what to do, but goodness gracious, this guy has painted a beautiful picture for the artificial intelligence industry or ecosystem for years to come. Hyperscalers got to spend. And he's already tell you the type of money these hyperscalers are going to be spending. Upwards of $300 billion to build out data centers. Who the leader in the chip game? Nvidia. And he's already told you, ain't nobody going to catch him no time soon. So, hey, man, do what you got to do. Get down to the description box. Click on the MooMoo link. Open up that MooMoo account today. Go get yourself up to 20 free stocks. Send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Let me know you've opened the account, you funded it, you're ready to get in where you fit in. You're ready to take advantage of potentially what Mr. Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google, mentioned. He's not a financial advisor, neither am I, but I think he laid it out nicely for you. But you need a brokerage app to be able to do that, to take advantage of an opportunity. So get down in the description box and get you one. And on top of that, get your 20 free stocks. Up to 20 free stocks. All right, guys, appreciate y'all, man. I got to get out of here. Wealth Builders, appreciate y'all on the Patreon website, the Wealth Builders, 850 Wealth Builders. I know y'all tearing this thing up today. So I'm going to be over in the community chat here in a minute to see what's going on. Check y'all out. Anybody want to join the Wealth Builders, go to my website. Second link down in the description box. Click on the website. Go to the website. You'll see a membership button, a join button. Get yourself over here with these Wealth Builders, man. I'm telling you, it ain't nothing like it. We're the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. You can't go over there and be a wallflower, though. You got to come over here and participate. Get yourself in the chat, introduce yourself, boom. Get yourself immersed. Get your brokerage account ready to go. Get it funded. You got 8 business days left before D-Day. You got 8 business days before D-Day. You still got an opportunity to come in this thing at a discount. 123.24. You still got an opportunity to come at this thing at a discount. I think it goes to $150 a share on August 29th. Not a financial advisor, not a pro at this. I'm not a pro at all. I'm just giving you a prediction, just like anybody else in the world does. I'm giving a prediction. My prediction, it could be wrong, could be totally wrong. But my prediction is you're at 123.32 right now. What do you think this thing gonna be at, man, if these people come out with triple digit everything? What do you think? What do you think this thing gonna be at if these people come out with 200% year-over-year growth in revenue? What if you think these people come out in earnings per share over 300-400%? Oh my goodness, guys. You heard what the guy said from Google. I don't know if you believe him or not. I believe this dude. He's a 1%er, he's worth $24 billion. That solidified it for me. Once I found out that he was a billionaire, I didn't know how rich he was, but the guy owned 147 million shares of Google stock, Alphabet, valued at $24 billion. Yeah. Okay, that's it for me, guys. Y'all have a wonderful Friday. I hope you learned something today. I hope you will execute. I hope you will take whatever you need to take, throw back what you don't need, but then turn in to convert what you did keep into action. Like I told you, get down in the description box. If you want to rock with me, open up that MooMoo account, boom, and then execute. Get yourself 20 free stocks or up to 20 free stocks, depending on your deposit, and then send me an email through the website so I can send you some tutorial videos to help you learn how to use the app. I'm more than willing to do that for you. Appreciate y'all, man. Have a rest of a good Friday. I'm gonna see y'all this afternoon with a regular video, an edited video, no more live streams, edited video this afternoon where I'll recap the market, what happened. I do that every day after the market close. I'll give you a recap through a regular 10, 15-minute video. So be on the lookout for that this afternoon. I appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with your boy. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day. And please do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for somebody else that don't cost no money, right? Think about putting something positive in the world. Think about taking something negative out of the world, right? Because we know positive begets positive, negative begets negative. It's a much better place for you guys if you can wrap yourself around positive. It's a much better place for you, right? Appreciate you, man. Thoughts become things. See it in your mind. Hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.